Hey everybody, today I'm going to be going over 5 tips that will be a big help in finding the right property, especially if you're buying a home long distance, but even if you live in the area. And by the way, our contact information is below, and if you'd like to learn about the Eastern Panhandle or find this information helpful, consider subscribing. We do a new video every week. Okay, tip number 1. Get familiar with the features in Google Earth and Google Maps, and these are especially helpful if you're not physically in the area. Google Earth gives you a good aerial of a property so you can see what's around. You may see what looks like a great house, great price, and then you go to Google Earth and see that the backyard borders a railroad or there's a trailer park next door, something like that. Google Maps is another good tool. If you commute, you can see the route you'd be taking. Type in the address of the house, the address where you're commuting, and see the route, along with how much time it'll take for you to get there. And you can download that to your phone. Also, Google Maps will show you where the restaurants are, and with the rating and price range and hours of operation. Also, grocery stores, pharmacies, emergency care. So these two tools, Google Earth and Google Maps, are a great help in learning about a location, and they can save you a lot of time by eliminating properties that won't work for you. Tip number 2 is looking at a crime map. As a realtor, we're under some pretty strict rules about giving an opinion on whether an area is a good area or a bad area, because that could be interpreted as violating fair housing laws. We can send appreciation rates and things like that, but not on whether we think the area is dangerous, for example. But there are some resources where you can check that out. Crimegrade.org is a good one. It rates areas based on crime statistics, and it uses color codes. Red is high crime, green is low crime. You can view zip codes and zoom in to see neighborhoods and even streets. If I'm going on a trip, I look at the Crime Grade website before booking a hotel room to see what areas I want to avoid. Tip number 3, and this is about how a search is set up so you don't miss possible listings that might work for you. First of all, the best search is one that is set up directly from the MLS, which will need to be done by your realtor. All the websites, Zillow, Redfin, all the realtor websites feed from the MLS. So getting the information directly from the horse's mouth is the best way to go. A search from the MLS can also include coming soon homes, and you definitely want to see those. Also, you don't want to set up a search with very tight parameters. For example, a client of ours wanted a finished basement and he had to have it at least 1,000 square feet. A home came up with a basement that specified 600 square feet in the listing information, but after looking at the pictures, it just looked larger than that. So we scheduled a time to go see. Turns out the agent made a mistake when entering the information about the house, and the basement was in actuality around 1,800 square feet. If we specified on the search the basement had to be at least 1,000 square feet, we would not have seen this house. And he ended up buying it. So on the search, it was better to just specify a basement, not minimum square footage. By setting the parameters looser, you'll get more listings, and there'll be some that won't work for you, but you could see a house that you like so much it's worth compromising on a few things. Tip 4. If you have school-age children, the schools in a particular area are going to be important to you. Again, this is one of those things realtors have to be careful about. We can't give an opinion on a specific school, whether it's a good school, bad school. We can do some research on what school matches what address and school bus stops and things like that, but not on how good or bad a school is. So this is something you'll need to do a little research on. There's a website for each of the schools here: Jefferson County, Berkeley County, Morgan County. There's also websites that grade schools. So there are resources that will give you some information on schools in an area. Number 5 has to do with the tools your realtor uses to help long distance buyers. And the main one is the ability to take you on virtual tours. The pictures on a listing are going to show the home in its best light. So the best option is to physically visit the property so you can see for yourself what condition it's in. If you can't do that, then a live virtual tour is the next best option. So you can ask the realtor to zoom in on specific areas like under a sink, or check the ceiling for any stains, cracks, things like that. We had a client who lived out of the country planning on moving here. We used FaceTime to tour homes as well as different neighborhoods, and they were able to eliminate some homes based on things they saw during those tours. So that is really essential if you can't physically visit a property. If you are thinking of moving here, we have a relocation guide that you can download. It has good information about each county, plus maps showing what area is assigned to which school, maps showing hospital location, grocery stores, and the main roads throughout the area. It also has practical information like how to register your car, personal property taxes, just a lot of the type of information you'll want to know about the place you're moving to. So you can download that at meetmeinthepanhandle.com/relocation guide. So that's the 5 tips I've got for you. Appreciate you tuning in. The video over there on the right has more information about this area, so check that out, and I will see you next week. Have a great week.